Alright, so I am back from my second year at CES and it was an amazing experience. Got to hang out with a lot of great creator buddies like Patrick Rambles, RJ, Alex Gearantech, to see channels that you guys undoubtedly have all seen before because those guys are all massive and awesome. No Diddy. And while I was there, I got to experience a lot of amazing, really cool things. So this video is going to kind of be a bit more casual, a bit more lean back, and me just kind of walking you guys through the really cool tech that I saw there and the things that I'm excited for over this next year. So if you're new to the channel, I love the Galaxy Foldables, and I got to go hands-on with Samsung at their early first look event with the Galaxy Trifold phone, and that thing was absolutely insane. You're getting a 10-inch internal display here, so you're getting a 5600 milliamp hour battery, you're getting a 200 megapixel camera on the back end, similar to the Fold 7, and you're also getting that Snapdragon 8 Elite 4 Galaxy, just like you are on the Fold 7 as well. What I can say is that for me personally going into it, one of the big concerns I had was how heavy was it going to be, especially when it is in that folding form factor. How thick is it going to be? Is it going to be unwieldy? And to be completely honest with you guys, the only thing really that for me was an immediate flag on a day-to-day basis is the thickness when it's in like a normal phone mode, right? Because surprisingly, when you actually open it up into that tablet form factor, it is just as thin as the Galaxy Fold 7, which is an absolute marvel of engineering. How they got to get a tri-folding phone to be as thin as like their normal foldable is crazy. But when it is in that normal phone mode, it is going to be a bit chunkier, and I really don't know that there's much of a way around this because it's already as thin as the Fold 7 when it is opened up in that tablet form factor, right? But what I can say is that when you're holding both in the hand in like normal phone mode, you definitely feel the difference. I don't want to lie to you guys and act like it's the same. It's definitely not. But in the hand, it's closer in chunkiness to like, if I had to think back, like the Fold 4 maybe, or like the Fold 3, back when those were like thicker phones. Multitasking, because you have more screen real estate, windows fit more comfortably on the display when you're doing like say 3 windows. And because of the screen size, when you have 3 windows in vertical format side by side, it actually is almost like just having the normal phone screen, like here and then here and then here, if that makes any sense. It was crazy that it can work that well. I imagine battery life wise, we're probably going to be getting around like 6 hours worth of screen on time out of it, but in terms of trade-off, that probably is going to be worth it for most people. And something that's always been big for me personally is just my health, right? So taking into consideration the things that I'm eating, but also making sure that I'm constantly moving, exercising in some capacity. And last year, which is really weird to say, in 2025, it's 2026 right now, my gosh. I worked with a brand called Urivo. They had like a walking cyber pad, which for when I'm working at my desk, I don't always want to be sitting down. And honestly, what I found is that when I'm standing up and walking, I feel more productive and more focused on the things that I'm doing. And so all of that to say, I spent time at the Urivo booth this year at CES, and they have a lot of really cool fitness tech in the pipeline for 2026. One of the first things I took a look at was their CyberPad for Office, and one of the big differentiators here compared to the CyberPad for Home that I have is that the CyberPad for Office is a bit more compact in size, and so it's going to fit more easily in your office space, right? It's not going to take up a lot of room, but it still is big enough where you're able to do comfortable walking strides while you're working at your desk. It also has an AI-powered 14% incline adjustment, which can increase your calorie burn by up to 230% for those of you who are looking to be productive and burn some extra calories if you're trying to meet certain goals. Think of their CyberPad Mega Treadmill, which was really cool. They had it paired with this massive display inside of their booth that is really geared for people that want to train for races and marathons. If you have kids, or if the weather is really bad, if it's raining outside, it's freezing. This is something that's stable in your home that you can have access to at all times and still work toward training the way that you need to for your races, right? So it's going to give you helpful information in terms of actually pacing yourself for that race. It also has a control center right in front of you that's very easy to use, and the puck in the center is for both your speed and your inclines. You have their World Tour mode in Boston and Berlin with marathon maps with AI adjusted incline depending on the kind of terrain on those particular racetracks. You're also getting a built-in AI marathon coach that gives you real-time audio guidance and pace alerts and split time analysis, and also has presets for 5K and marathon plans. And then after you're done training for your marathon, they also have their recovery boots, which was really cool for me. I've never used recovery boots in any capacity before. They have AI-powered compression, which precisely targets and helps recover the leg muscles you just used during your different training sessions, right? And what's cool is that it also comes with an app as well that allows you to see the exact portions of the compression boots that are being activated, and you can control the cells or sections, so to speak, and apply pressure in those specific areas. So for example, if your thighs specifically really need recovery help, you can make it so that the boots are going to apply pressure specifically to your thigh area. Or if you want, you can boot up to 100% and have your entire leg experiencing this compression at the same time. So Yurivo's booth was really cool, seeing like a part of the future in terms of intelligent, smart technology that can cater toward a healthier lifestyle. Also, I was a really big fan of that. Another thing I saw was my first experience with like an exoskeleton type thing. Basically, you know, put the harness on your legs, on your hips and everything. And it has this sort of module that allows you to control the power that the exoskeleton is using. The brand was Hypershell. There were a few different modes that you had there. Of course, myself being someone that plays a lot of sports, I go running a lot, play basketball, football. I wanted the absolute maximum speed experience. I got to run around this like smaller section of the venue, so I couldn't really do any sprinting or anything like that. Got to test out a little bit of sort of like juking a little bit, changing direction, re-accelerating. And what's really cool, for those of you that are wondering, the motors in the actual Hypershell device, I forget the actual naming convention, but basically it feels like it is anticipating the forward and backward movements that you're going to be doing based on the pressure that your leg is applying in a certain direction. And then the motors essentially move in that direction at varying speeds, right, depending on what mode that you have it on. What I can say is that initially at first it felt really weird, but as I continued to use it, you really do feel a tangible difference in terms of the actual effort that you're putting in when you're moving your body. To the point where like walking felt super effortless, and actually running around, it kind of felt like I was cheating a little bit if I was using this for a sport or something, because the actual energy that I had to use to move my legs forward to propel myself was less than I normally would without them. How much this would tangibly make a difference in a game, I don't think it's going to make you faster, but I do think in terms of actual stamina, which I think is the intended vision here, you're using less energy to do the movements that you're trying to do. This for going hiking, like Marie and I enjoy doing, for long hikes. I personally enjoy the challenge of fatigue that comes with that. But if you have family members, right, like maybe mom or dad or an aunt or grandma that maybe are not as physically inclined, but they do want to enjoy the day with you, that's something you could definitely strap onto their legs and help them go along the journey with you while you're hiking to the top of the mountain, all those things. So that's really cool. Another one that involves mobility that I really enjoyed was AceMate. And basically this was just a robot tennis player thing where basically they put us on a smaller court, and what they told us is that this actually, it's not really intended to work on smaller courts. It's more meant for full-length courts because it gives the robot more time with the motors to actually get back and forth to catch the ball more accurately, send it back to you. But basically we were on a small court and we were just volleying with this robot. When you would hit it, it would shift over, it would catch the ball, it would send one back, you would hit it, it would volley, it would move over, catch it, send one back. There were times when I hit it really far off to the edge to see if it could get there, and it really just was not quite able to get over there. But for the most part, I thought it did a pretty good job. The guy before me, he did amazing. He did way better than I did, where he was able to volley back and forth pretty perfectly, like 9 or 10 shots in a row, where he didn't miss the robot at all. Well, or rather, the robot didn't miss a shot of his at all. That was really cool. Mine was less good. I haven't picked up a tennis racket in a few months, and so some of my hits were like really off to the side, or I hit the net. And so I probably wasn't the best overall display of how good the robot is, but watching other people use it, it was really, really impressive. And I enjoyed it so much, and I enjoyed it so much, I did ask the brand if we could work something out for like a review, for like a full-length dedicated review or something, because I thought it was really, really cool. I would love to play with that a lot more. My family and I, the sport that they all seem to enjoy playing together the most is tennis, and so being able to bring that to the court when we all play together. The next time we do, it's winter right now, it's gonna be way too cold to do so. It would be super cool. A big thing a lot of you guys need to be wary of. I saw enough robots at CES to know that in 2027, robots are probably going to steal your girl, or boy, or man, or your significant other. They are growing at a rate that is uncomfortable. It is very impressive, don't get me wrong. Them being able to go into your refrigerator, pull out different ingredients for you, help you along with your cooking, put away your laundry, take out the trash, clean the dishes. All of those things are super impressive from like a pure technological standpoint. And the robot invasion is coming. Just brace yourself. It's very cool, but I saw iRobot, and I'm sure a lot of you guys saw iRobot. It was really cool in the beginning there too. But if you guys have been here, you guys know I love Asus products. Their Zephyrus Duo was really impressive. It's basically a 2-screen laptop that's running an RTX 5090. Touchscreen, 3K panels, both are 120 hertz. It's just an absolute powerhouse. Going through the UI, browsing a little bit, going through the settings and things like that, things felt incredibly smooth. The touchscreens were very responsive, very precise. When I was dragging windows, trying to make them full screen, expand them, split the windows, everything just worked really well, which you'd expect from Asus. But purely as a nerd, that was definitely one of my favorite things that I saw there for sure. But purely as a nerd, that was easily one of my favorite things there for sure. That was super cool. And then they also had their G1000, their desktop PC setup. That one specifically had a 5090 in it also. But what was really cool about that is that the actual external shell sort of had holograms on it, which essentially were just like really fast moving fans, and has a projector that emits the image onto the fan. And so because the blades are spinning so quickly, you can't see them. All you see is the animation playing on the actual rig, which is really, really cool. I thought that was really awesome. And then also their R1 gaming glasses. I actually did a short on the Zephyrus Duo and the R1 glasses. It'll be up here or up here. I forget which side when it's flipped it is for you guys. But that was really cool too. 240 hertz refresh rate displays built into the glasses. You can get a 170-inch display, basically a couple of inches away from your actual vision, which is really cool. It was very responsive. The latency, I believe they said, was like 0.01 millisecond response time, very fast. Comes with a dock. You can hook up to your PS5, your PC, your Nintendo Switch, your ROG Ally, your Steam Deck, basically anything, you can hook it up to there, which is really cool. That comes free in the box, which is nice. But yeah, Asus had a couple of really cool things as well. And Rocket had AI glasses, not too dissimilar from Meta Ray-Ban glasses, but essentially these have a display built inside that kind of makes you feel like Tony Stark's. Also has AI built into it. ChatGPT is one of those AIs, but you can also, from what they said, you can basically run anything you want on them, depending on your preference. It'll give you information about the things that you're seeing in front of you. It can give you navigation options, phone calls, music, all of those things. And having that display inside of the actual glasses so you can read the actual messages that are coming in, as a teleprompter mode, as a lot of different things. They were very cool. The actual look of the UI inside, I think, can use a little bit of work. It almost right now kind of looks like, if you guys have ever played the Fallout games, the way the text looks there was kind of like that lime green color. The font is not like the best looking font, I don't think, but the actual usability of the glasses I thought was really, really nice. They're very comfortable. They're actually lighter. These are Gen 2 Ray-Bans. Lighter than the Ray-Bans. They're a bit thinner than the Ray-Bans. They feel closer to actual glasses, where these have like just slightly more heft to them than normal glasses do. But they were really impressive, and that's one of those things that is just flat out really cool, but also the things that I was asking it, the information it was giving me, was practically helpful too on a day-to-day basis. I could definitely see myself using those every single day the way that I use my Ray-Bans. Another really cool thing that I saw there was a hovering camera device that I'm pretty sure was already released, but this was my first time actually seeing it hands-on in person. This was the Hover Air. It's about the size of your palm. I saw a couple of different people using this. Basically, you hold it out in front of you, you smile, it'll register, it'll fly up in front of you, it'll take pictures, video, it'll circle around you as well. That was really cool. My buddy RJ says he already has one of those. He likes it, he thinks it's cool, but he wasn't like overly impressed. But for me personally, someone first seeing this for the first time, I thought it was pretty sweet. And to be honest with you guys, CES is just way too massive to cover everything. These were just some of the things that I personally really enjoyed. If you guys have any other questions about the things that I saw, or if you're wondering about anything else that I may have seen that I didn't have in this video, let me know in the comment section down below. But hope you guys have a fantastic remainder of your day.